Okay, so today I would like to talk about writing the equation of a line given 2 points. I prefer to actually write the equation using point-slope form. The reason why I like point-slope form is it allows me to use any point I want to write the equation, whereas with slope-intercept form, you actually have to be given the intercept or you have to find it. And so to write the equation in point-slope form, I already have 2 points, but I am missing a slope. And so I'm going to begin by calculating the slope. So hopefully you remember that the slope is rise over run. And so I'm going to go ahead and put a minus and a minus here, remembering that we are going to subtract the values. The rise being the y values, I'm going to go ahead and put them in the numerator. I'm going to go ahead and do 9 minus 3 in the numerator. And I'm going to be very careful when I do the denominator, because I'm actually going to take 1 and I'm going to have minus 2. When I go ahead and simplify this, my slope here, 9 minus 3 gives me a 6. And you have to be careful here in the denominator. I have a negative and a negative, which is going to actually turn into a big positive. 1 plus 2 is going to give me 3. That is going to give me a slope of 2. I'm going to go ahead and circle that because I'm going to need to use that here in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this down, move it off to the corner. For my next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and write down the equation of point-slope form. So point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And this is a formula that you just need to know. We use it so often in algebra and many other forms of mathematics. And so I'm going to go ahead and plug in my values. Now, I have a choice here with point-slope form. I obviously am going to plug in a slope of 2, but I also have the ability to choose to either use the first point, negative 2 comma 3, or the second point, 1 comma 9. I personally am going to choose 1 comma 9 because they're both positive values, but you could easily plug in the first point, negative 2 comma 3, and you will get the correct answer as well. And so when I do this here, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my y value. So y minus the y I know. The y I know is 9. That's the one that I'm going to be using. This is going to all equal my slope of 2. And I'm going to have x minus my x value. Once again, my x value is going to be the one that I chose to use. If you were asked to write the equation of a line and you weren't given any specific equation, at that point in time you are done. You have put this into form, and that is point-slope form. You can be finished. But often students are actually asked to write this in slope-intercept form. And so I want to show you how to rewrite from point-slope form to slope-intercept form, which is only a 2-step process. It's very easy to do. All I'm doing here is recopying down the problem. The very first thing to do to be able to rewrite this from point-slope into slope-intercept is you need to distribute the 2. So on the inside here, I'm going to multiply the 2 to the x and the 2 to the 1. And I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this. I've got y minus 9 is now equal to 2x minus 2. I'm going to fix that x a little bit there. The last step that I need to do to write in slope-intercept form is simply move the 9 over. In other words, I need to isolate the y. Remember, I'm trying to rewrite this so that it's in y equals mx plus b, or also known as slope-intercept form. So on this side here, the 9's go away. I'm going to have y is equal to 2x plus 7. This should answer the vast majority of your questions, depending on whether or not your teacher actually asked you to write it in point-slope form, or whether or not they actually asked you to write it in slope-intercept form. Both of those will work.